Hello, Full Circle Chat listeners. Before we dive into today's conversation, we would like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, the Full Circle Chat store. If you are looking to elevate your wardrobe or find the perfect gift, we offer a curated collection of premium items designed with you in mind. From cozy hoodies and stylish tote bags to sleek mugs and unique accessories, there is something for everyone. Explore our exclusive range of men's and women's apparel, all crafted for quality and comfort. Visit fullcirclechatshop.com today to shop. Support the podcast, of course, and discover your next favorite piece. Now let's get into the episode. So I have an interesting challenge that I put out today with one of my friends and a cousin of mine, and I want to see maybe it's something you want to participate in.
Okay.
You ready?
Let me hear.
All right. So starting tomorrow's September. Well, tomorrow is, can't recall the date, but starting tomorrow, which is Monday.
The 30th, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the 30th.
Okay.
Starting tomorrow to next Sunday, I think it's October 6th, something like that.
Okay.
You cannot let anything frustrate you. So you can't raise your voice. You can't raise your tone. You can't, like, even if you're not with someone, even if you're by yourself. So, but if you do have that happen, you got to then reach out to me and say, hey, this is what happened at this moment in time within the 7 days.
Okay, can I ask this question now? What has brought this on?
I don't know.
What has brought this on?
So I don't know. Okay, so, because I don't know, I think it's important, for me at least, when it comes to active listening, right? So I think this might help enhance the skill of listening and understanding that everything is happening how it's supposed to. So no matter how it may look, I'm still giving it meaning. So just being in flow with life, just going with the current of the ocean.
Okay,
for 7 days to start, right? It's not like a permanent thing.
So I'm gonna put myself.
You want to join the challenge?
I'm gonna put myself on a ship right now. I'm on the ship. I'm on the ship, and I'm sailing. I'm sailing to wherever I want to sail.
Yeah.
Keeping your mind at ease.
You gonna do it with me?
Well, sure, why not?
I love that. Okay, so it's gonna be good. So we'll check in.
We'll check in
in a week.
I hope I can last.
That's what I'm saying. So if you do get frustrated, you gotta now shoot me a message.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is this.
Yeah.
I have to be calm, collect, and show no signs of frustration.
At all.
Until a week from now.
7 days from now.
7 days from now.
That's right.
And then if I should fail this, I would have to call you.
Yes.
Well, I'm not calling you for nothing.
No, you got to call me.
I'm not going to call you.
It defeats
I'm not
going
to fail.
I love. Ooh, what did you just say?
I'm not going to fail.
So, okay, listen.
The mind is a powerful tool,
You're not going to fail.
That's right.
What does that mean? Okay.
I'm not going to lose my temper. I'm not going to get out of control.
Well, the word you said, fail. So when I think, failure to me is an illusion.
It is?
Yes, it's not real.
How can that be an illusion? You either did it or you didn't.
I know, but I understand, like, in the world that we live in today, it's something that's utilized quite often to explain the, I guess, inability to attain a specific goal that's set.
Okay.
I think that's the definition of it, something like that. But
so just because, let's say I'm going to give you an example.
Okay.
Okay, so when I was at nursing school, my teacher, mean lady, I'm trying to keep in control here.
Okay.
But sometimes you have teachers that are mean to you, and unfortunately, that's just what it is. But my teacher, I didn't think she liked me for some reason. And, I would ask questions, but maybe she just didn't think they were appropriate or something. I don't know. But I just got the feeling she just didn't like me. She didn't talk to me. I noticed she would talk to the other students and answer questions. But when it came to me, it was very quick, a quick
Yeah.
response. But I ended up failing my last course in nursing school. I was so mad. And I mean, she failed me over 2 points. 2 points. That means I had to repeat the whole semester again. By the ooh, I'm trying to control myself.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
trying to control myself. We're not on that session yet. So anyway, let me just keep going. Let me just keep going. But
Woosah.
I mean, that was rough because that was a whole semester,
Yeah.
and then to fail me for 2 points, and then after I got over my anger, I was like, you know what? You will not win here.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'll be back, teacher. And I returned.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I had to do everything in my power to keep focused. And I made sure I studied hard and all that.
You're
But,
saying something there.
but I failed my course. I had to pay money again.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but what's my choice? Just fail and don't go back? I don't do that.
So the story you just told is a great example of what I mean when I say failure is an illusion. It's not real, right? So,
Wait a minute now. It is real because I failed.
well, that's the thing. So what happened? Let's use that specific example in this scenario. So
Okay.
I learned this concept from my cousin this week of the idea of, for example, grades. Like getting a grade, A, B, C, D, E. Well, not E, but F.
Okay.
If someone gets an F, the way she framed it was grades is a mechanism for like a feedback loop to show you how hard you worked at that specific thing, right? So
Oh.
if you get an F, it's because you said it in your story. You said you worked harder, right? So, and I'm like, when she told me this, I immediately said, okay, this is something that I'm going to use when teaching my kids, because I have really, really young kids, about the grades and the meaning. Because the question I posed to her was, what do you think about, like, because she has experience in teaching, is kids, how the kids handle grades? Did they attach their self-esteems to grade? And she said yes. Right. So the idea, okay, if someone gets an F, like you did, or D, that's just an indicator of how hard you worked at that specific thing. Meaning, if you worked harder, you can put in enough effort to get the A. And that's all it is. So
Okay.
you didn't fail. It's an experience that you learned from, right? And the next time that you came across the same thing, you knew how to overcome. You worked harder because you remember the feedback you got from the F, and you knew, oh, I didn't put in.
Right. I didn't put in as much time and effort in that, and so therefore my grades suffered. So now I've learned, well, I don't want this to happen again. So let me focus. Let me get more in tune to what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes.
And so as a result of that, I have a better outcome than I had the first time.
That's it. That's why to me failure is not real. It's more of like you do something and it's more of like an experience. And once you get, it's all an experience. There's no such thing as, but we live in the society, of course, the world that we live in. You hear people say, I hear this a lot, fail forward, you know what I mean? Like that to me has a negative.
When you say fail forward.
Yes. Like I know it's the intention behind it is to do good, to show people that it's okay to do this. But the word fail for a lot of people, they can't even overcome the word itself. So it stops a lot of people from even taking that initial action.
Correct.
What are you thinking?
I don't like the word failure myself.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I don't want to be that. To me, that's a negative connotation. Failure, but you can look at it in different perspectives. Like example, yes, I fail, but I'm going to take it from a health perspective. I'm glad I failed over there. I'm glad I failed in that realm because when I get out there taking care of that human being, I don't want to fail. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in that perspective, it's like, okay, some people will say, well, you're saying it's okay to fail over here, but not over there. Look at the situation, life, death,
Yeah.
life, death. When we're in nursing school and we're learning health things, you're learning, you're being taught things. That's when we say, this is the time for you to make a mistake. If you're going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Because you're going to learn from that mistake. And when you get out in that real world, we hope and pray we don't make those. But we're all human.
But the thing is, I choose to frame what you just explained instead of using the word failure or mistake. It was just an experience that I had that because it alleviates and it kind of strips away this idea of something going wrong for me at least. And it's more of just, I'm just doing a thing, that's supposed to lead me to whatever the specific goal that I set.
Okay.
I'm just taking actions. Even if I don't reach the goal, like think about this, for example, like a physician opens up a private clinic, and maybe 6 months to 8 months down the line, the clinic closed. Maybe there's some financial concerns.
Okay.
There's people like everyone wants to now label that physician as a failure, but that's not how I look at it. He tried something. He made a decision instead of having like decision. Well, I forgot the word, but like instead of not making a decision, he made a decision, acted on it, and over time he got experience. Okay, I tried this way, it didn't work, and then he can pivot and try something different. Versus, everyone will now like categorize him as a failure because the practice didn't stay open for specific like 10, 15, 20 years for whatever. That's why I'm not a fan of the idea of failure.
I don't know that I would call those types of failures. Those, in my opinion, those are like situations and things that you've tried. You would never know
Yeah.
how something's going to turn out unless you try it. So it's like, I think I can. Well, and you got to do it
Yeah.
to see if it's going to work or not work. And let's say you do something and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You've learned something. So is it really a failure?
No.
It's a learn. You're learning something different so that it doesn't happen again.
Different perspective, but think about the aura the word carries. So like, because people won't even take that initial action because of the possibility of failing. And that's the thing for me is if I'm thinking, oh, I could fail at this versus let me just experience this and see where that leads for me. Like the world is my oyster. I can try any and everything, knowing that even if it does not work out, it's just an experience. I can try something else.
And I think it's probably easier said than done.
Yeah.
Because if you set yourself out to do something and if you are not successful, you look at yourself as, oh, I didn't make it. I didn't do this. I didn't do that.
That's a whole, even the word successful that's the
That's
thing.
your definition. That's in the eye of the beholder. What success means to me may not mean the same to you.
Yeah. But it gets thrown around like there's a universal meaning. And what I tend to notice is when someone says success, the number one default that everyone's mind goes to is money.
Oh,
Listen,
it's not all
and then
money.
listen, people can chime in and say, no, that's not the case. I'm just giving you my perspective. You know, arguing with me is wasting your time.
But I'm hearing you say that people are measuring money as success.
That's the most that's the default. When someone says successful, that's what everyone else hears. Like, oh, they make a lot of money, they're successful financially,
Okay.
but
There's some
what's the number? What's the arbitrary number? Arbitrary number to get to quote unquote not be successful? $10 million, 20 million, 25, 100,000, 20. Like,
who knows?
that's the thing. So at what point do I not start saying, "Oh, I'm successful," versus I failed? Like what? Like where did this number come from?
That comes from you. Each person has their own. They have their own ideas of what success is and what success is not.
Yeah.
So what I think is successful, somebody else may not think at all.
Yeah.
Because to me, success is in the eye of the beholder. Because it's different for everybody.
It's different. And listen, man, let me tell you something. With money, you can earn 10 million, you're gonna want 20. If you earn 20, you're gonna want 30.
Right.
If you want 30, so it never stops.
It never stops. You're gonna want
Never
more
stops.
and more and more.
Never stops. But then I've been a part of groups where people now, quote unquote, identify as successful based on finances, and that's the focus. That's the main focus for them.
So what I'm hearing you say that is success for these individuals is their finances.
That's it. Listen, like people
But
like
there's more to life
it's
than
more to it.
Experience.
Experience.
Exactly.
Life is about experience. Like, listen, anybody can make money, buy anything. That's
You can have money today and gone tomorrow.
that's what are you gonna take it with you? That's now you're speaking my language.
Okay.
Now you're speaking my language. You're going to die. So I always think about this. I'm going to die. And the thing is, I don't label myself as successful, but if I really wanted to live like the way the world, yes, I'm extremely successful.
Okay.
Right? But the thing for me is, what does that even mean? Like, it doesn't stop the actions that I'm taking, like the challenges that I'm putting forth in front of me to try to overcome. That's what I love, like this challenge that I posed early in this conversation of like, let's do this. Like, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
It sounds simple.
It's not simple because you from the challenge now, you're going to have to be upfront. You're going to have to acknowledge when you actually maybe failed at it.
That's right.
Okay.
There you go.
Who wants to acknowledge that?
Nobody.
Nobody wants to acknowledge it.
And you know what's so interesting? Failing, really, when you think about it, people only recognize failing when there's an audience.
Yeah, because if you're by yourself, who gonna tell?
Thank you.
No, you're not gonna tell on yourself, are you?
Thank you.
Okay.
So like, so what is like? What does that even mean then? If I think the key driver is having an audience.
It is.
Because you're so focused and worried about
somebody that's gonna hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Without an audience, there is no.
Without an audience, you can try something and not accomplish it, and it means nothing to you.
I know.
You won't even care. You won't label it
unless
as
you
nothing.
have a conscience.
But like, what do you mean conscious?
Like your mind is playing with you like, Christian and I agree that we are going to talk about this, and I did it, but I couldn't. I'm not going to tell him.
But you didn't fail though.
I didn't fail.
So the thing is.
But if I lost my temper, like we said, no temper, no losing, no nothing. But let's say I just lose my temper and it's like, oh, hey, he's not around. I don't have to tell it.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him know that I did well.
Well, that's
not right either.
Yeah, that's just being dishonest.
That's eating. That would eat me up inside. It would be like, I just might as well tell.
Well, listen, I don't care. So the thing for me is, I care less about any audience.
Okay.
In the sense, not like in the negative way. I just don't care because it doesn't matter what you're doing. The audience, they have, like right now, you and I, Dr. Veasy, everybody in the world is going to see a different version of you. No two people are going to see the same version. It's humanly impossible because we all have such different lenses of how we view the world.
Okay.
So if this word failure, if there's a universal meaning, I just can't align. I don't agree with that. I can't just align with that. It doesn't really like resonate with me. But I'm, just my perspective, my opinion, and not saying like I haven't been through anything that's difficult, but that's life.
Yeah.
It never ends. You're always going to go through something difficult. You're always going to set a goal and not reach it. Right?
Yeah.
That's always going to happen. And for me, that's just an experience. Now I have this exposure. So the next time when I get to that point, oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
I can now pivot.
Right.
And
And hopefully, you have gotten more mature about things and more apt to handle things in a different perspective.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I want people to kind of like share some insights of this idea of failure because I hear it so much. Fail often, fail forward, fail. But that word carries such a negative connotation.
It is negative.
Right? From me, at least, from my experience, that if I'm just thinking about someone that's just from a neutral perspective that keeps hearing that, it's like, I'm not motivated
No, how are
to
you
want
going to
to
be?
fail. No. Like, I don't, because the thing is, it's a label that other people give people because they measure you from whatever metric they have in their minds of what success looks like. Listen, it's all empty. It's all meaningless. It's all just made up. And I know we live in the world that, there's structures and things of that nature to follow. But for me internally, I understand that this is the way that I want to approach my life. Is I'm aware of this word, but I choose to look at it from a different perspective. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And in fact, I would look at that as you're putting yourself in an avenue of being open to learn, to not black white.
Yeah.
There's gray in there.
I love that.
See, some people think black white, but there's some gray in there.
That's the majority. And people want, because I think even with the word failure, it helps people put you in a box for you to be easily digestible for them.
Yeah. People
right?
look at you like
it's comparison. Like
you're sub.
yes.
Yeah, you're below me.
That's see
Beneath
if we
me.
dig into the origin of this word and find out when was it originated. I didn't do that, but if we did, it's going to be difficult for me to identify. Oh, maybe this was created for a positive reason. I just can't. I can't wrap my mind around that. The idea of it.
There are people out there that will take the negative and turn it into positive.
Which is what I'm trying to do.
And I embellish that. I like to look at the different perspectives and have people to think about those different things.
That's right.
Because then their mind gets to moving, and maybe they might have a negative connotation a lot.
Yeah.
But guess what? Listening to somebody else's perspective about things, the light bulb might come on.
Which is what we're doing. That's what I wanted to share with you today was a perspective of how I think about the world and the word failure. And it is, I don't know, it's something I think I have to explore further.
Yeah. And to me, failure maybe is a negative word, negative connotation, but out of failure comes positive lights.
That's right. And I think as long as we're alive, if we want to utilize the word failure, like it's inevitable.
And there's nothing wrong with failing.
It's inevitable.
There's nothing wrong,
right?
because
But
if there's anybody out there that have never failed, oh, I'd like to meet you.
yeah, but I always see some of these, some of the people I know in my life super successful. They say like you'd be shocked of, if you want to say failure, like they've failed at a massive, massive, massive level.
Yeah.
And and I really appreciate some close friends of mine that share the stories with me, because it really helps put things in perspective for me, and I'm able to share the way I view the word failure and help reframe it for them to look at it from a different point of view.
And that's the key to me, is the individuals being able to look at things at a different point and getting a different perspective.
Appreciate it. It's always a pleasure, Dr. Veasy, to connect with you and just chat and share some insights with the people and our own personal perspective and
I hear you.
experiences. So, people can comment, share some ideas around what you think, what failure means to you.
Exactly.
We would love to hear that. And but yeah, that's really all I wanted to chat with you today about.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. But I wanted to share that with you because it was just something that came up for me this week. Because I always like to bring up things that are fresh for me and talk about those things. But and I'm not saying by any means that I've mastered not having that word ring in the back of my mind in the subconscious. So I'm just trying to relearn new ways to overcome the old conditioning.
What better way to do it than?
Full circle chat.
All right.
Until next time.
All right.
I'll catch you
See
guys.
you then.
Bye-bye.
I have a. Did you play any sports, Christian?
Yes.
You can just look at Christian, Dr. Veasy.
Yeah.
What sports did you play?
I played football in high school
In the U.S.?
in the U.S.
What position did you play? You mean like American football?
American football, yeah. I played offensive line.
Oh.
So, would you rather run a perfect play that the other team got lucky and stopped? Or would you rather run a broken down play where everything went wrong and somehow you guys scored a touchdown anyway?
Oh. I would rather run the broken down play and score.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
Yeah.
Why?
Number one, the word perfect in my world doesn't really exist. That's
Well,
the
you
first
know what I
thing.
mean. A very good play.
A very good
When you do it how it's intended to be done. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Totally. But
But it goes to show you.
yeah.
It just goes to show you the play may not have been the greatest play in the world, but you still got the outcome.
Okay. I'm following.
Okay?
Yeah.
So why does it have to be perfect?
Well, here, let me make this point a little more refined.
Okay.
If we go to poker, right? I
Yeah.
don't know if you've ever played poker, but what the poker players do is they really can't be concerned with the outcome because it's just about statistics, right?
Okay.
So they try to make the best play they can in that circumstance, a play that has what they call positive expected value. And if they do that consistently, after they do thousands and thousands of plays, they're going to come out ahead. And if they focus on the results, they can start training themselves and fooling themselves to think, oh, that was actually a good play, where actually they might have been 10-1 underdogs
Yeah.
in that situation.
That's a great.
And they bet all their money and they happen to win. You don't want to train yourself to be betting all your money when you're 10-1 underdog. If you gotta be in that situation thousands and thousands and thousands of times, right?
Yeah.
Like you would rather make the right play and lose because that's training yourself to where in the future you're going to be ultimately successful. Right?
Wow.
That's how I
Process.
think about it.
Good thought.
And another thing is, you said if there was no one around, you wouldn't think about success or failure. But have you ever read like Robinson Crusoe or, like what was the one with Tom Hanks, Castaway?
Yeah, the movie. Or
I
the
mean, he's
book?
there on the island by himself. If he
Yeah.
if he plants things on one side of the island and it doesn't grow, and then he plants it on the other and he figures out how to do it, he's gonna be super happy because he's gonna have food and there's no one around.
Exactly.
So, and one other thought, quickly, which maybe we're not even going to use this. I waited till the end, but another thing is that there's a difference between saying that you succeeded and saying you are a success. One is talking about your being, your essence,
Okay.
and one is talking about what you do. So, for example, I always find it a little unhealthy. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, but I find it a little unhealthy when people say I'm an alcoholic or I'm an addict because they're defining themselves by that. Whereas I think what they really are is a person who does those actions.
That's right.
And that it's a little bit dangerous anytime we start defining or talking about the essence of people. And we take their actions as somehow talking about their essence, right?
That's right.
And this goes back to my point about the poker or about the football or about whatever, like a baseball player. Would you rather swing at a horrible pitch and like happen to get a hit or take a perfect swing, and then just happen to get out, hit a line drive at the shortstop? I don't want to get too far afield on that, but like, if you're focused sort of more on the methodology, if you're focused on taking the right actions regardless of the outcome,
Yes.
and you're not focused on maybe defining yourself in terms of the outcome because you define yourself some other way, or you just don't even see it as useful or healthy to define yourself in like your essence somehow, Like you could be, you mentioned the doctor, he could have done the perfect business plan. He could have done everything
That's right.
perfectly. And I don't know, his wife could have got, sick, and his dog got ran over and COVID happened and the building burned down,
That's right.
Just because the business failed doesn't mean anything about him inherently.
Exactly.
That's the thing. But
Exactly.
you'll get people
That
that completely ignore everything you just explained,
Exactly.
Tony. And it's more of just, I don't know if it's to intentionally make him feel like a failure, but they'll look at that overall as failing.
Well, he did fail though. That's what I'm saying is like the poker player who did the right play and lost, he still lost. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still going home with no money. But the thing is like the doctor, he could start the same business again and be totally successful.
Yeah.
so
Wow.
there's different
What I'm taking away from that
actions
is
and things that happen.
I think the focus should always be on the action, because even if we believe that we can predict the outcome.
But wait, let's go back, Christian, because I asked you about the football play.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you changing your mind about that? Or you want to rethink that now?
See, okay,
Yes, I'm changing my mind. I am changing my mind because I would rather construct the perfect play and it stopped. So yes, I am changing my mind based on how you just broke that down. Yes, every time, which for me is my actions, I would rather construct the perfect whatever that looks like.
So
Action.
you're saying you want to do the perfect thing at all
Yes.
times.
Well,
all times.
If the action is my focus, meaning that's where all my energy goes into, I don't care what happens
You
if I
just
with that. So if I construct the perfect play and it gets stopped, the getting stopped is irrelevant because I know that I put everything into planning the play.
And what about, think about the coach? I mean, if you're coaching a team and they execute the play correctly and they get stopped, you have to tip your hat to the other team, right?
That's right.
You know, if they keep doing that consistently, you're gonna win the game. You're gonna keep winning games and keep winning games. Whereas if you have, I don't know, if you have Michael Vick on your team who can like
Scramble.
pull something out of his butt and score
Yeah.
a touchdown, it's not a path to consistency. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
1000%.
I mean, that might be the perfect example is like Tim Tebow in college. He was talented enough maybe to like, make stuff happen.
Yeah.
He won a national championship, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Florida.
But then in the pros, if he's not consistent enough, if he doesn't have those fundamentals to do it over and over again, you can't build something around
Tony,
it.
there's something here, man, that you're giving me right now.
Wow.
Because I think I say that, but I don't think that I'm refining the actions. I think there's still a part of me that's still focused on the output versus 100% into just the action. I believe that I'm still trying to predict at some level what the output's going to be versus just the plan, the action, and that's it. Wow. Yes, I 1000% change the initial response, but I'm glad I answered it that way because that's what I felt. That's the way I felt. But what that did was reveal, it was almost like a mirror being put up to me that there's still a part of me that still yearns for one specific output from whatever that is. And I have to now really find some sort of a framework that I can utilize to make sure that that play is constructed to perfection based on my standards in every single moment. That's good, Tony.
Yeah, Dr. Veasy,
really
is there
good.
any analogy to this in medicine? Because like you could have a patient. I don't know. Like what are the people who always bleed called? Hemophiliacs.
The hemophiliacs.
I mean, what if you do? You follow the right
You have
procedure.
to give them. Yes, you have to give them the medications. And
But let's just say you didn't know, right? You didn't know someone was allergic to.
okay.
I don't know. Like
So let's say you don't know.
they're allergic to something, and you follow the procedure that's going to save the most amount of lives, but you followed on this person and they die. Does that mean that you did something wrong?
No. No, because guess what? First of all, if you don't know all these little things that make up this person, if you follow what you have been practiced and what you've been taught to do, there might be that one person out of 10 that it might have a adverse reaction where the other 9 people it reacts correctly. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does, but like it's a little bit different. It's a different game when you're talking about life and death.
It is.
Yeah.
And it is. And life and that's that crucial. I'm going to tell you, no one wants to lose anybody. Nobody. Nobody wants to lose a patient. And I don't care. Even if you're expecting to do it, it's trauma. It's just traumatic. But if you as a healthcare provider have any kind of inclination that maybe something wasn't right, ugh,
Wow.
that's heavy.
As
That's
I listen
heavy.
to that, it's because as a let's say a surgeon, like a neurosurgeon or a spinal surgeon, you have to 100% of the focus can never be the outcome, right? But I know there's physicians that always focus more on like how this is gonna turn out.
Yeah.
But if you just focused on the upcoming surgery, like preparing for that, and just focus on that, and just be in harmony with whatever the outcome's gonna be, I think over time, like Tony touched on, you'll be able to see more success.
You would. I think, yes, that is true, but there's also in the health field, you can be the expert surgeon out there, top notch, whatever, and something can go wrong in a procedure.
Yeah.
And so nobody wants that feeling. Nobody wants that feeling.
Yeah.
Especially a surgeon, doing surgeons that they've done these procedures one after the other, after they can do it with their eyes closed because they know it so well.
And that's where it gets tricky.
Okay.
That's where it gets tricky. So you do it once, you get the result, the output, and it aligns with what maybe you thought initially, and you do it again. Now I think sometimes it's easy to now lose focus on just focusing on the action, and now start focusing on the outcome.
And
Ooh, that could.
that's scary. It's scary.
Yeah, because
We've had cases that maybe didn't turn out the way they should have, but it wasn't because of something the physician did what they would normally do.
yeah,
This was just something different here
yeah.
that did not foresee. So it's
That's why you can't focus on the outcome.
you can't.
Like that was such a good point Tony made.
Very
and
good.
I just yes.
You brought
this
it
is
home
coming.
to us.
Yeah.
You brought it home, really.
Right. The time
Really.
is perfect for me
Excellent.
right now in my life currently because just a lot of things coming up for me that I didn't realize that I was really thinking more of like how's this going to turn out? What's the outcome going to be? Versus just putting my head down, doing the work, and just 100% of my effort is just going into the preparation,
Yeah.
the work, and that's it. Cut.
Right.
Like, don't think anything outside of that because the outcome can go in infinite
Either way.
possibilities, honestly. So, thanks for sharing that, Tony. But it's a
Deep.
good way to wrap it up.
Good job. Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tony. Like always.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Full Circle Chat. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. Remember, you can catch us every episode on YouTube, as well as Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Spotify. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new episode. And if you enjoyed today's show, be sure to leave us a review. It helps others find the podcast and join the conversation. For updates and behind the scenes content, be sure to follow us on Instagram.